This is the cheapest Porsche on the internet. We pulled it out of a field, cut into it, and then got it started for the first time in 20 years. Today, we're going to take it to a renowned Porsche specialist to find out exactly what's wrong with it, to see if it can go back on the road or if it's destined to be scrapped. This is Dan Francis. He's been working on Porsches for 14 years and is even a Carrera GT technician. So I reckon he's a little more qualified than us to decide just how bad our 924 is.
That's probably an MOT failure.
Oh yeah, that's really not good, is it?
The more you look at it, the worse it gets.
Look at that, no way expecting that. Right, so we've come to RPM Technic to get our 924 looked over. Now they've got lots of nice stuff here, until we've bought them this. So Dan, thank you for agreeing to look around our Beat. So you guys do an 11-page inspection usually, and we're gonna apply that to this car.
We're gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
See if we run out of paper.
I don't think there's enough paper in the world, yeah.
No, that's true. Right, so if we check the doors up, lock and unlock, not with that key.
Is that literally the first thing we check? Failed straight away, first hurdle.
Right, we'll ignore that one.
Okay, we'll ignore that, yeah.
We'll ignore
well,
that
at least they're open and not stuck blocked.
That's very true, yes.
I see you've put a cover down so you don't dirty.
Yeah, I don't want to dirty the seats up.
Yeah, that's it. Not for your protection. Look at that. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're on. Yep.
High beam works.
High beam, yeah.
About the indicators.
Yep.
Blimey. Got brake?
Yeah, we do.
Reverse?
Yeah, reverse.
Left?
Yep.
Right?
Right. That lock does work because I struggled with it this morning, yeah.
Let's check the safety. Oh, that works as well. MOT pass.
You heard it here first. It's going to fly through.
Oh, I didn't check the wipers, did I? Should check the
yeah. Absolutely nothing.
Dead.
Completely dead.
The motor's probably seized where it's been sat around for so long.
Yeah. Before we find out everything that's wrong with this car, there is a check that we didn't do before we bought it, and that is a car vertical report.
If you're about to buy a car, running a car vertical check first helps to see if the car has been crash damaged, has clocked mileage, or even if it's ever been stolen.
Car Vertical runs checks in over 25 countries to make sure the car that you're buying is more like Ethan's Skoda and not our terrible 924. Speaking of which, our 924 thankfully has green ticks for theft,
mileage,
outstanding finance,
and crash history. Not so bad, eh? However, here's an example report of another 924 which might look like a solid car if you saw it advertised, but the Car Vertical report reveals that it's got amber warnings for damage. It may even show you historical photos like when the car's been for sale before, and even information about common problems.
So when you're in the market for your next car, do a Car Vertical check and make sure the price matches the history so that you don't end up with a car with a shady past.
And to do that, hit the link in the description below.
And use code CT for 10% off your next Car Vertical report. Right, back to the 924.
Is this how it comes?
No, it isn't actually. This is actually our handiwork. We have the rest of it, you know, we wouldn't come prepared for these inspections.
Brilliant.
We want to make sure we have at least a complete car to be inspected.
Oh, so we could refit this?
Yeah. A bit of filler. I reckon it'll be alright.
Was the cable snapped with it?
Yeah, so the cable was rotten in there.
The latch does work, so you can take that off.
Yeah.
You can inspect it right there.
Yeah, look at this. Bit of lube on it, it'll be alright.
Yeah, I know, like most things.
Let's go in here without cutting ourselves.
Yeah, be careful, it's a bit of a hazard.
Well, we have an engine.
It's there, and it runs.
And it does run, to be fair.
It drove itself onto the trailer this morning. I think it's ready for a supercharger. I think that's the thing it's crying out for more than anything.
Don't worry about anything else.
No.
As long as it's got boost. Have you done a service on it or anything yet?
Of sorts, yeah.
Done plugs and all that sort of stuff? Or...
We checked that they were there.
We checked that they were there.
And the oil's there.
We did do a cam belt.
Oh, you have?
You never know, do you? Yeah, I mean, nothing glaringly, obviously. I mean, there's little things. We need to redo the alternator wiring. You can see that's a bit janky.
I mean, it looks solid under here, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. So do you have inspections for the engine bay?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll go and grab the brake fluid tester. This will be funny to test.
Oh, okay, yeah, this will be interesting, yeah. I've been doing an optical pat down on the braking system, and I know that it exists.
So it's over 3% moisture content.
So that's good, right?
Oh, brilliant.
What's ideal? Probably like none, right?
2% is maximum. You'll find 2% after, say, 2 years, depending if the car's been used or whatever. If it's been sat around for 2 years, it normally gets to 2%.
So times that by 10, so we probably got about 20%.
Yeah, I mean, that only goes to 3%, so that's probably, yeah, like you said, 20%. So I'll just go and grab the coolant tester.
Excellent.
So how this works is how many balls go up is what percentage it is. You've got minus 23. So So it's good for minus 23. Yeah. So it doesn't need a coolant change. I mean, I probably would.
Oh, 100%, you're
But-
joking.
It won't freeze.
Now I can sleep at night with this car, knowing that the coolant won't freeze. Thank God. Sleepless nights, I'll be getting over that. We weren't really concerned about the engine bay. Like everything in here
No,
was.
it all looks there, doesn't it? Should we start to go up then? Right, so we checked for play in the wheels, which surprisingly, you haven't. It got seized. Seized brakes.
What? That's such a surprise. Look at this thing. I wouldn't have expected that.
Got a nice top mount squeal. That's just where it's been sat for so long, everything's gone dry. Surprisingly, the springs are in good condition.
I think we're going to say the word surprisingly a lot on
A
this
few
car.
times, yeah.
Even with the bad stuff, like, that is surprising how bad that is.
Oh,
A little
Can you
bit.
hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that.
that's most probably a wheel bearing, I'd say, on that one. This tyre's in lovely condition.
I know, this one is.
Surprised it's still holding it.
Yeah, so am I. I think that's probably got minutes left in it, I feel like.
This brake's tighter than the other one. Could be something to do with the handbrake though.
Yeah, because the handbrake surprisingly does work in it.
It does work.
Yeah.
This one you can't even move.
Oh, wow. How did that
is
drive
tight.
through that?
Now you got dirty ends
I need
here.
a nap as well after that. I almost burst a blood vessel trying to spin that. But again, the suspension doesn't look.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
springs are in good condition, like I said earlier. Shocks have got surface corrosion on them, but not as bad for 20 years.
So far, I know obviously the outside is quite shocking. Is it stuff you expect to see? Are you
Yeah, I mean,
pleasantly surprised or?
At the minute, you've got 4 tyres, sort the brakes out, get the windscreen wipers working, which is a seized motor, but you'll probably be able to pick one home up cheap somewhere.
At least we're not saying, Jesus Christ, let's not even bother looking at the rest of it and put it in the bin.
No. This is the best part.
The best and worst.
I mean, very, very slight weep from the rear main area, which
Yeah.
isn't bad at all.
No.
It's very dry engine, which is what you want to hear.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Or has it got oil in it? We didn't check that.
That's why it's so dry, it's not going to leak. I think that as we've cut that hole out of the bonnet, where it's been raining, I noticed obviously it was wet round here anyway.
Right, yeah.
So I checked for this, I checked for the rad when we had it running, and
Yeah.
surprisingly it seemed to hold water.
I mean, the core looks in really good condition.
That held us up on our Mark II Golf that we had. That rad was like, it was like the idea of a rad. You know what I mean? It was just like, just gone.
It was there,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
there
yeah. It
to
was there in
actually be
spirit
used.
alone, yeah. No body to it whatsoever.
All the pipes are in good condition. Your hose clips are all together. I mean, round the front chassis legs, it's all quite solid, to be fair. I mean, very slight surface rust in places, but you expect that. I mean, the wing here, was this the side that was off the tarpaulin?
Yeah, this side was damper. I think that where the tarpaulin was, where it sat on a sheet, I think it dipped down the ground, so this had a bit of a puddle to it.
Looking at it there, it doesn't go back too far back, so you could probably just patch this area. That's probably an MOT failure.
Oh, yeah.
That is, because it's a jacking point.
I mean, that's really not good, is it?
Not good, really. The more you look at it, the worse it gets.
I wonder if we could get that as like a bumper sticker for this car. Okay, so that, yeah, that's definitely going to need our attention.
Rust-wise, that's the biggest part of rust we've seen
So far.
at the minute, yeah.
Yeah.
The actual main floor structure itself looks good. The 2 screws are missing out of that.
Oh, okay.
So you did say about a rattle, didn't you?
Yeah, the first
And that's
time we drove it.
Probably one of the rattles. But if you just got 2 self-tappers, that'll fix that.
Easy. I'll do that in a minute.
Suspension-wise underneath, the bushes, they're very hard, where it's been sat for a long time.
Like, ideally, you go through and change those on something this old that's been sat for so long.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like you say, at least they exist. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, it depends how far you're going to go with it. You could easily take these off, remove the bushes, sandblast them and power flex them.
Oh, that'd be nice.
These are solid arms because they're metal. It's all about time and money, isn't it?
It is, and we have neither of those things, really, especially for this.
Yeah.
No, we'll give it some love. I mean, that's why we're doing this, to see what.
See how far you can go
Yeah,
with
see
it.
how far we can go.
Yeah, I mean, like the previous owner, obviously before parking it up, spent some money and time on it because the brake lines have been replaced. Flexi lines, I mean, they've been sat for a long time, possibly worth replacing them. But even the swaging isn't too bad. Most of the time they like corrode and crack through here.
It does seem as if someone has come through this and done the hard lines.
Yeah, because this one's been replaced as well. These have all been replaced.
And now you can see them, like they've got that wave in them, haven't they, of someone doing it
Yeah,
at
someone
home.
literally just got a coil of it, straightened it out. These are a pain in the arse to make look straight.
Yeah, me and Edwin know that from trying to do that golf, yeah.
Spend ages trying to do it, and then you look at it after and think, that's rubbish.
And then in our case, then we realised that we made it too short anyway, we've got to throw it in the bin.
Or add a bit on. So.
Oh yeah, Bluetooth exhaust clamp.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's probably the cause of our blow as well. Got a slight one.
The D-clamp is non-existent.
It's all there though. Right.
Yeah, it is. And again, it's obviously all stainless steel, so it's lasted. Fuel lines have been replaced as well. Because normally that's one of the first things that you look at on the 924s, 944s, because they rot out over the rear subframe.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a cause to that, or it's just habit?
I don't know. I think it's just because obviously all the water and dirt collects in there, and that's where they rot out.
And they sit in
the
it
quickest. Yeah. You'd expect them to go under on the floor, but they don't. I like the fix for the.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That doesn't make us look very good, does it?
No, you could have chopped that off.
I know we
you?
could have. That's just.
I've got the bonnet opener right here.
Oh look,
Thank you. There we go.
that's a fix now.
Perfect.
Moving to this part here, as you can see, I don't want to start pushing stuff like that.
Yeah. We could give it a little bit of a poke. Oh, I tell you what.
Is that surface?
That is. Look at that. I would have no way expecting that.
That's solid. That ain't going through, is it?
No.
Bit of surface rust coming off.
Yeah, a big lump of something fell off, but.
Not as bad, is it? We've got one rust hole,
Yeah, one rust hole, yeah.
which is not bad.
Also suspension at the rear, like that. What,
Yes.
are they yellow? That wouldn't have been a Bilstein, would it? Or
They've
not?
probably been replaced.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they'd been yellow from factory.
Nah, that looks like an old banana, doesn't
But
it?
don't hold me to that. Yeah, so rear suspension wise, again, it's all surface corrosion.
Just needs like a bit of paint, doesn't it?
Just get your rattle can out.
Yeah, a bit
Hide
right.
it all. Small bit of drive shaft grease. Not much at all. It is an aftermarket exhaust system.
Someone's been in there and
Yeah,
replaced
because
that.
all of this has all been replaced as well. Yeah.
And then the real winner is the, what do you call these? The pockets. But these have a tendency to go here, don't they?
Yeah, obviously you haven't got a sunroof, and that helps because your sunroof drains come through down here, and what normally happens is they block up the pipes and they fill up this section with water in it, corrodes from the inside out. Because you haven't got a sunroof, that's probably why they're so solid.
Because they are very solid. And
Yeah, they are.
They look mint from inside. You could eat out of these pockets, like literally there. And then obviously gearbox.
Gearbox-wise, yeah, quite bulletproof gearboxes. Don't seem to go wrong.
And then the is it a torque tube they call it?
Yeah, which is through the centre here. The bearings can go in them.
I'll be honest, like, because we haven't really driven it that much to get a properly good idea
of what's going on.
So it's hard.
Probably got loads of noises because your brakes are
exactly.
seized
Yeah, and we got stuff like this going on.
Yeah.
So like,
so little fixes like that. How many miles has the car actually got on it?
well, it's got 4,000 miles on it.
Oh, is it? It's good condition.
I've got. I think that's probably rolled over though, like at least
A few
once.
times, or been wound back.
So yeah, underneath here, better than we expected.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
is better than we expected.
It's quite an unusual one because the outside of this car looks far worse than the underside of it.
Yes.
Usually it's the other way around.
It's the other way around, yeah, exactly. Normally they look really clean on top, and you get underneath and you...
But there's nothing there.
No, exactly. So now we're going to go around and check for paint depths to see if it's had filler or accident damage in its lifetime.
I think there's supposedly going to be filler. When we were cutting through the bonnet,
Yes.
the amount of filler in it.
Oh, was there loads of filler?
Yeah, we suspect.
Should we
that
start
maybe
with the bonnet
Let's
first
start
then?
with the bonnet. Yeah. What number would you look for if it hadn't?
Well, a brand new car probably maximum of 200, just over 200.
Oh, okay.
Maximum.
So we're at 418.
Yeah, so probably just means it's had a coating of paint. Oh, look, yeah, look.
Yeah, 700 there.
That's probably got some filler there.
It's not even clocking it, is it? Like, I can see where that is paint, yeah, whereas that is all predominantly filler. So the decal's missing on this side, which I guess means this side's been painted, which was a bit of a worry because obviously this side's got the rot. So I'm wondering whether something had happened to this side. In
Maybe
this
the
life.
door's been hit then and damaged the wing previously.
200.
That's nice and thin down
Yeah,
there,
thin down there.
where all the rust is. They're not as bad as you'd expect. Oh, it's got 611 here.
Oh, okay.
So you got some filler there. Oh, 150 there.
150 down there.
That's a good bit
That's
there.
a really good bit.
Well, it's really rusty.
Your lacquer is supposed to be filled with water, right? I'm sure it is.
Yes, definitely. This has definitely had some repair. Because this is like the only quarter that's got all the lacquer peel on it, isn't it?
Yeah. 270. 200.
Better than the last quarter.
Yeah. You're just measuring moss at this point, aren't you?
Yeah, let's measure some moss.
Wow, that is
260.
Let's
Let's go where the moss isn't.
That's some thin moss on there.
172. That is some thick moss.
Yeah. There's 100 worth of moss.
Overall, it's been painted a lot in its life. in different stages of its life.
Maybe a good sign. Someone
Someone loved it, didn't they?
Yeah, someone loved it enough to make it look good.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's had some things. We know for sure that the bonnet has had a really horrible time. And there's patches like filler in amongst it.
In loads of places, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As long as it's not like two cars welded together.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that level of damage.
No, it doesn't look like that, does it?
no.
To be fair, it doesn't.
Are we going to run a diagnostics check on it?
We can try if we can find the OBD port. I
There's
don't
a-
think the new P was actual pick up a 924.
There's a hole where the radio used to be. Could I just go with that?
We can give it a go.
It says on it. So compared to your initial impressions of it, when you saw it roll in, when you saw it on the trailer, is it better than you thought it was going to be, or far worse?
I'd say it is better than I expected it to be, due to there's not many rust holes.
Okay,
From looking at the top, it looks like there'd be a lot more holes underneath.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for it?
Well, how much do you think we should have paid for it, actually?
I think you should have been given it.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. We paid £1,200 for it.
Okay, a lot more than I expected.
Yeah, we tasked ourselves with buying the cheapest
Yeah.
Porsche we could find on the internet that day,
Right.
and it happened to be this.
It's going to keep you busy.
Yeah, well, yeah, it definitely is. God damn it.
Hey,
That started just as I'd given up and took the key off. After our inspection, RPM Technic tallied up all the work required to get our crusty 924 into top mechanical condition using genuine Porsche or uprated parts where possible. That work included a major service including coolant flush and change, replacing the front brake calipers, rebuilding the rear brake drums, sorting the rear wheel bearing, replacing all the brake hoses, a brake fluid change, repairing any mechanical issues like lights, wipers, horns and windows, stripping all the locks, lubricating and rebuilding them to get them working, stripping down the window mechanisms and cleaning them up, replacing our noisy top mounts, and remove, strip, overhaul and rebush the lower arms. Given how long this car has sat there, there's a good chance this list would probably grow as we got stuck into the repairs, but for all this work and the parts, the grand total is £4,583.78. Not bad. This, however, doesn't include repairing the nasty rust hole in the seal or any cosmetic work to the body, which, given the state of our 924, could definitely end up being a bottomless pit. Dan, thank you for looking around this heat.
That's right, mate.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Just bring me a better one next time.
Yeah,
Please.
we'll bring you something nicer. I mean, I can't actually make any promises. We buy some awful cars. But thank you for looking around this one.
That's all right.
And if you guys have a Porsche, bring it to RPM Technic. These guys, they know what they're doing. They got some really cool stuff here as well. It's wicked. We look so out of place in this thing. I wish we had something nice to bring you because it is brilliant here. Yeah, your facilities and everything are top notch. So we're gonna possibly get this stuff fixed. I want to get it on the road, mostly because I think it would have to be good to be road legal when it's supercharged. But maybe we'll just go ahead and supercharge it anyway. We'll see how it goes. But if you want to catch up, subscribe here. Watch more videos down here. Thanks again.
No worries, mate.
Sorry.
See you soon.
See ya.